we've got things to talk about. So, if you don't remember, not right before Evo, like a couple of weeks before Evo, there was an article from Dexerto from the Guilty Gear Strive producers. And there was a couple of things that happened after that. There was a leak. The next Strive game was cancelled. Bunch of different discourse about it. It was very fucking annoying and very funny. But the original article was pretty cool. This is essentially just a follow-up article from that. This came out yesterday. In fact, I'm pretty sure it came out on Sunday. It came out as Evo Finals, finished. And it is another interview from Ken Miyuchi. And we're going to go through it and see what it is. Guilty Gear Strive producer speaks out on rumors of cancelled follow-up game. Guilty Gear Strive producer Ken Miyauchi spilled the tea about the supposedly cancelled Guilty Gear Strive sequel, and his reaction wasn't something we expected. In July 2025, reports surfaced claiming that the next Guilty Gear game, supposedly a follow-up to Strive, had been cancelled in the middle of its development cycle. Nothing else about the rumored title had been made public by Arc System Works, and no official statement was given about the game, until now. We sat down with Ken Miyauchi, Strive's producer, for a conversation at EVO 2025, where we brought up these rumors and asked if there was any merit to them. What do you think, chat? What do you fucking think? What did we say? What did we fucking say? Oh, I bet these rumors are bullshit. What, you think? Strive producer was sad that the cancelled Strive game rumor wasn't real. Well, according to Ken, there wasn't, but he was sad that a new Guilty Gear project was never actually in the works. It's kind of funny, but I didn't know about it. It was just a rumor. It's interesting to see that kind of rumor coming out of nowhere. My take is that Guilty Gear Strive, a serious IP, has grown so big, and that's why people started making up rumors that came out of nowhere. What I know is that it's not in my hands. I don't think I have ever seen that game. And we are not that big of a company, you know? So if I don't know about it, then it probably didn't exist in the first place. I'm kind of sad because I'm Guilty Gear Strive's producer. So, you know, if there's any chance that Guilty Gear games are going to be made, I'm very, very happy to be involved. It was bullshit. I fucking called it from ages ago. If they'd have done it without the interview before, I might have been like, oh shit, things are looking a bit dire. But no shit, it was fucking bullshit. That is bullshit blazing. Exactly. Oh my god. He says giggling under his breath. No, there wasn't. We know with the power of hindsight that definitely wasn't. Because they wouldn't, greenlight 2.0 if they were making a completely different Guilty Gear game. If they were making a completely new one, they'd have probably announced that it was in development at EVO. And even then, the timeline wouldn't have made sense for them to announce a new one. Anyway. Guilty Gear producer sheds light on the future of Strive. During our conversation, Ken also spoke on what's new for Strive. In our previous interview at Anime Expo, he teased something big coming for the game, in spite of some fans' concern that the game's lifespan was potentially reaching its end. With version 2.0 announced alongside Lucy and 2 more forthcoming characters, it's clear that there's much more in store for Strive. But how long it lasts depends on the success of this next season. It depends on how we perform, he admitted. If we fail during this next update, then we might not have a chance. But we are trying to make the game at the best quality. I'm hoping people will like it, and if we're able to get enough support, we might be able to continue longer and longer. However, that doesn't automatically mean that the team's focus will shift to a new Guilty Gear if version 2.0 flops. Instead, Ken told us that it's up to series creator Daisuke Ishiwatari whether or not they start on the franchise's next installment. I think when we start our new game, that's going to be when Daisuke Ishiwatari is ready for it, he said. It's also important to note that the remaining team working on Strive is fairly small, to the point where the updates have been delayed in the past due to something as small as the team members being ill for a few days. Guilty Gear Strive is a huge success in comparison to other games in the series, but that doesn't mean that making a new game is in the cards anytime soon. Despite all these challenges, Miyauchi is excited for the new updates to Strive and is hopeful that fans are happy with what they have to offer, especially since the response to it determines whether or not Strive continues to survive. So, 2.0 is an update and probably not a new version. We'll see. It's seemingly a bit of a weird one with how they're talking. He's not saying that the Strive team is increasing in size or anything, and depending on how the update goes, it might genuinely just be the end for Strive, which I guess kind of makes sense, but it is a bit of a weird one. It is a little bit concerning. I feel like Arxis is in a very weird spot right now. Like, the past 2 big fighting games they did were Dragon Ball FighterZ and Guilty Gear Strive. And they did fucking gangbusters, right? Like, they've done absolutely massive. But, like, they had basically those 2 sort of in a row. There was other things around it. Grand Blue came out. BB Tag came out. But Dragon Ball FighterZ and then Guilty Gear Strive did gangbusters back to back. And the department that's probably worked on Dragon Ball FighterZ now gets to go and work on Marvel Tokon. And the Strive devs seemingly have been taken away and put on other projects. I understand it's probably not the biggest moneymaker that the company's ever had, and it's probably not going to be the biggest moneymaker the company has coming next year. But I would like it if the team had enough resources to make this really good, you know? Like, maybe it's a bit of a shot in the dark. Maybe Daisuke's like, I don't want to make another Guilty Gear game. So the team's having to be like, well, shit, we need to do something. And they're trying to do this to prove to the higher-ups, hey, what if we keep going? This whole thing sounds like a nothing burger. I think it's interesting, and that's all that matters to me. And also, it's an article that proves I'm right. In fact, he feels that the fighting game scene has never been better. And with Arxis working on so many different fighting game IPs, there's something for everyone to play. I used to live in Massachusetts, and that's where I started picking fighting games, playing with the communities around there. Nowadays, I think fighting games have grown to be so much better. There's Discord channels where you can find players to fight. There's rollback netcode. You don't have to stress so much playing of it online these days. The community's growing bigger and Evo's expanding too. And there's a lot more new fighting games coming out. I wish I could have lived in this era as a player, but then at the same time, I enjoy the developer perspective to shape where fighting game futures go. It's just like everyone is saying, they're eating great, you know? They have a lot more fun games to play. And I believe there will be more fighting games coming up. I'm hoping to see other fighting game developers making new games too. I'm excited. That's it. That's the article. Socializing to play fighting games. Discord fighter mentioned. Yeah, it is important to note 2.0 is not going to be the end. So, it's nice to know. It's a nice little insight backwards into what's going on behind it. With the Strive team basically being... I can't believe it's small. Why? It's the end. It's not the fucking end. It's not the fucking end. Let's be real, chat. Okay. If Guilty Gear Strive has sold 3.5 million already, so of course they were going to update. If the next update comes out and no one plays it, they're not going to keep fucking working on it. That's probably what he means by, like, oh, it determines the future of Strive. If it comes out and everyone's like, this sucks, and they don't buy it, Strive probably dies then and there. But that's also been every season. Like... Not billions. We didn't make all of our money back. We didn't get 1,000,000% return on our profits. Kill everyone. Blow them up. Blow them all up. Blow them up. Hopefully there was a World War 2.0 was the last thing. Nah, probably not. I think it's a testament to how loved Strive is. Like, if you're on the internet, which we are right now, funnily enough, chat, we're in the future. If you're on the internet, it's very easy to think that Strive is bad. Like, the general consensus from several scenes in the FGC is that Guilty Gear Strive, bad. But then you go to your locals, you go to your regionals, you go to your majors, you go to your online brackets, and what do you see? At my local, tied with Street Fighter 6, which is really fucking good. At my regionals, sometimes it's the biggest game. Some of the regionals in the UK have more players than the majors in some other places. Shout out Wake Up on Trent having more players than OTB. No flame, but like, we kind of soloed. You go to majors, it's always around the third most entered game. Third or fourth, depending on if SNK wants to pay people to play that game. Go to online locals. Seoul EU constantly hits over 100 attendance. The other ones around it hit 75-ish. Like, the game's done stupidly fucking well. The game has done ridiculously fucking well. Especially by anime standards. People are just there for the soundtrack. They're not even! Why would you be playing in brackets if you just want to listen to the soundtrack? People like the game. The game is good. The game is fun. The game's enjoyable. And people like it. Despite what some people on the internet may say. Like, it's sick. It's done really well. I think Arxis is trying to prove that by going, we can do it again. We can 2.0. Strive again. Another one. 5 more years and this thing will keep going. And it could. If it will go for the same amount of time that 1.0 went for, we'll see. But I am optimistic. I'm hopeful. I think this just sounds... I can't express, dude. I can't fucking express how nice it is to hear the developers just talking to us. Before the last backyard, it was a year. It was a fucking year between the developer backyards. Having the developers just talk to us again is so fucking nice. I genuinely hope they don't just disappear after Lucy appears, you know? I hope we get something at some tournaments. It's not a lot. It's only like 9 minutes long. I will spoil you now if you are expecting a lot of crazy information. Don't. All right, I don't think there's subtitles in this, so we can just play and I don't have to move.
We just announced like a teaser trailer of something showing the version 2.0. We are not really particularly explaining what's in 2.0, but there's like a reason behind we kind of, you know, show the number 2.0. We want to provide a new, more exciting content toward Guilty Gear Strive, and I'm expecting to show more details in the near future. Yeah. We also
speculate, chat room. What do you think he means?
Well, it's pretty much a regular standard, you know, ranked match that we've been also doing, and I think all other fighting games were doing. And we have, you know, battle point that you kind of climb up together whenever you win the match. And depending on your battle point, you will have, you know, higher ranks. And if you get to the top, which is the rank called Vanquisher, you'll be getting
I can't wait to be Hardstock Platinum.
Like
it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Like a master rank kind of.
I'm gonna rank it to like silver. I'm gonna get to platinum. I'm gonna get Hardstock. I'm ready.
Keep, you know, grinding to compete in the rating ranking, and you know, try to aim to the top of like the ranking. And there is of course rewards to it. So I hope everyone who, you know, plays regularly will enjoy playing this game.
I'm not sure if you guys heard that. He basically confirmed it works like Street Fighter Master System. So once you get to Vanquisher, we start going off of MMR instead of battle points, and the higher you get, the higher people you fight in Vanquisher. So there is basically like a Master System in the game. I think we already knew that.
There needs some like tone downs on several, how do I say, the game mechanics, like general game mechanics that everybody, all the tool that everyone has access to. And so there are lots of like toning downs, but at the same time, we also focus on the character uniqueness and making sure that character can play as how they would like to be played. We had a lot of feedbacks from players that, you know, current version of Guilty Gear Strive is like, in favor of those characters who are, you know, has more access to those game mechanics. So not too much relying into the game mechanics, and that's the direction of how we are balancing out for this patch.
So, okay, any news on nerfs to everyone? So they basically said that they want to make the actual universal mechanics weaker and put more emphasis on what the individual characters are doing. I think that's what he means, which is a way to balance the game. I'm not necessarily sure if that's what everyone wants, if that makes sense. The biggest problem that I see in Strive right now is the fact that if you have more health, you gain access to more of the system mechanics. And it's not that the system mechanics themselves are stronger, it's just that since you have a higher quantity of them, so you have more resources to do Roman Cancel, more resources to burst, more resources to Wild Assault, to Deflect Shield, to super PRC, to super in general. Since you have more of them, the balance is fucked because it doesn't matter how you affect them. They just have more, and since they have more opportunities to use them, they're going to be stronger no matter what. You can nerf the system mechanics to make them worse, but the bigger bodies with bigger health are still going to be stronger in that case. They just have more access to a weaker version of the move. I want it to, like, scale with health. I think right now you get too much health if you get too much resource, if you're healthy, if you're big body. So, like, Pot just fucking pumps meter into everything. And it's really annoying. Nerfing system mechanics makes the weak characters weaker. It depends on how they do it. So, obviously, if they're nerfing system mechanics, they say that they want to have individual characters shine more in their game plan. And some of the weaker characters right now get fucked just because of how the system mechanics work. Like, Milia is a low damage mix-up character in a high damage one-touch, two-touch game. So she's kind of bad, right? Nerfing system mechanics isn't going to make her worse because the way the game is designed already around her makes her bad. If they made all the system mechanics worse and then they were like, hey, Milia can now get genuine true four-way mix-ups and not knowledge check ones, or she does more damage off of everything she does, she's going to be better, and the system mechanics nerf is not really going to affect her as much because she's already not using it as much. Depending on what system mechanics they nerf, obviously. Alpha needs more. Well, okay, what? Count your blessings. It's something like that. Like, if they nerf the current system mechanics, the higher tier characters are probably going to get affected way more for it. But we'll see. We'll see exactly what they do.
In match, we also have like several features that people would be excited. I hope they appreciate is that we also have like the Wi-Fi indicator.
Blessed be! Wi-Fi indicators are finally gonna be there. Thank fuck! Thank fucking God! Oh my lord! Finally! Holy shit!
And also, if there's like a bad ping matchup goals, you will be able to vote for cancellation. Yeah.
Fucking hallelujah! No contest ruling as well. Thank fuck. A lot of people were really worried about the ranks, where it was like, what if, I can't see someone's connection properly before, or what if the connection's really laggy? So they're at least adding some features. I personally hope they have rage quit. They have rage quit penalties. So if the game detects that you quit out, that you just left, you get penalized for it, and the other guy is just like, you're just sorry, like, just go on with your day. I hope that that's something they do, and I hope it works well. That's all I really care about. Hopefully you can see the rollback as well, at least predicted rollback. You can kind of already, well, like predicted before would be nice. I play on Wi-Fi and I have better connection than most Ethernet players. My Wi-Fi is sick, bro. My Wi-Fi could kill God. My Wi-Fi is fucking amazing. My Wi-Fi looked down the barrel of the gun and the gun blew itself up. It's so good. My Wi-Fi could beat your Wi-Fi.
We have a lot of things that we like to do, which is also something that a lot of players has been asking for. I can't share any details about it for now, but I'm hoping if I will be able to show that off in the next version 2.0.
What do you think that means? That's the vaguest shit I've ever heard. This is like Dark Souls storytelling levels of vague bullshit. Chat, what mode have people asked for? I literally can't even think. What the fuck else would we want? Could it be like more story? I literally don't even know. Better single player. They're adding the beat 'em up mode. They're doing it. Another 3-hour story cutscene. Imagine they add a story mode. And it's like, you get to play in the fights. Everyone wants more. IK! I forgot about instant kills. You might be right. Right, I have to ask myself a very important question. As someone who wanted instant kills when they first came out, would I rather... I want you guys to answer this one as well. Would I rather have the development team spend their time working on instant kills with big, cool, flashy animations that do a bunch of damage? Or would I rather them put that time, energy, and money into more stuff? Like, would you rather have IKs for every character, or would you rather have more characters and more moves and more stages and stuff like that? More stuff, more stuff. I want more stuff, more stuff, more stuff. I'm kind of feeling that too, honestly. Like, at this point, dude, if you want to IK someone, play Slayer. You know? Like, I get that IKs are really cool, and they're a very important part of the history of Guilty Gear. And I do think they're really cool, but I don't want them more than I want other stuff. You know? How's it going, Cherry? Thank you for the Prime sub. I'm sure that this message is going to be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm so ready to hear this.
You smell.
What? Real single player mode could be cool. I guess, yeah. I'd rather them make like a single player mode for like a beat 'em up or something. Or arcade modes that had cutscenes. Or something like that. Rather than an IK. IKs are nice when you already have everything else. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be against them putting in IKs. I think if IKs show up, cool. I think IKs are cool. They're an interesting way to end a round. They're a cool way to flex on someone. But, like, I don't know if I want them more. Yeah, I'd want flashier cutscenes than just IKs, I think. But we'll see. Like, IKs are a very casual, friendly system. Right, someone in chat, Fish, said they'd add simple inputs. Like modern controls, sorry. I've thought about modern controls in Strive, and I genuinely do not know how they would do it for the majority of the cast. I don't know how they would do it on a base level, because, like, Strive's a 5-button fighter already, chat, right? We got punches and kicks, we got slash and heavy slash, and then we got dust, and these are the minimum buttons you need bound in order to do everything. For modern controls, you would have to reduce down punches and kicks to one button, slashes and heavy slashes to another button, and then dust to its own button, which already doubles as your throw button. Then, how the fuck would you do people's special moves? Would we have like a 2xKO system where we have 2 special buttons? Because even then, it doesn't map on some people's control schemes. Like, Gold Lewis has 8 Behemoth Typhoons. So, if we're assuming that neutral and each cardinal direction that isn't up is a special move button, all of Gold Lewis's Behemoth Typhoons are taken up by both of the special move buttons. And even then, he has more things that he needs to do, because he has drone and he has gun. He also has air typhoons. Yes. So either we would have to gut him in a simple input way so that he just can't do half of his typhoons. He could probably only do like 3. Or we make a hell of a control scheme that's stupidly hard to understand. The only characters I could really think it working on is like... I want to say Asuka, but I also don't think that's true. If that makes sense. Like, you have 4 cards, so both buttons is like forward does one card, back does another. But even then, you have like shuffling cards, you have specific things you need to do, you have change deck. And it's like... I can't see it working. I genuinely just cannot see it working, unfortunately. Could they not just do the Granblue approach? No, because every character has more than 4 special moves. And Granblue's approach only lets you have 4 special moves on a character, with like air specials as well. Jacko maybe could do it. Maybe? But even then, you're probably losing normals because of how it works. Because we've had to condense punch and kick down to one button and slash and heavy slash down to another button. And even then, we're still on 5 buttons. So, like, I just couldn't see it working. If they find a way to get it to work, sure. I'm not, like, against it. But I think at this point, the game wasn't designed with them to begin with. So I just don't think it's gonna happen. And I'd rather, instead of them make a whole new control scheme for every character, they keep trying to make characters like Unica, who incorporate the idea of simple inputs and let you expand on them in a more interesting way. Because, like, I'm saying this as someone who plays the simple input character. I fucking love Unica's moveset. I love how it feels. The reason I love how it feels is because it expands upon the simple input idea.